Welcome to Simply Explained English. I am Lisa.
And I'm Eric. Do you want to improve your English easily? If so, you're in the right place.
Okay, today we'll listen to a podcast about the role of technology in daily life.
Let's listen to it.
Welcome to our podcast, which helps you improve your English while learning about interesting topics. I'm Mark. Today, Emma and I will discuss how technology affects our daily lives. Hi, Emma. It's great to see you today.
Hi, Mark. It's nice to see you too. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. I just got a new smartphone yesterday, and I've been playing with it all morning.
Oh, that's exciting. What kind of phone did you get?
It's the latest model with a really good camera. I love taking photos, so I'm very happy with it.
That's great. Phones have changed so much, haven't they? I remember my first mobile phone. It could only make calls and send text messages.
Yes, it's amazing how technology has changed. My first phone didn't even have a camera. Now our phones are like small computers.
We use them for everything. Calls, messages, email, social media, taking photos, watching videos, and even paying for things.
Speaking of paying for things, I started using my phone to pay at stores last month. It's so convenient. I don't need to carry my wallet anymore.
I do that too. Digital payments are really useful. Do you use any banking apps?
Yes, I use my bank's app to check my account and pay bills. It saves me so much time. I don't remember the last time I actually went to a bank.
Me neither. Technology really makes life easier in many ways. What about social media? Do you use it a lot?
I use Instagram to share photos and WhatsApp to talk with friends and family. My parents live in another city, so we video call every weekend. What about you?
I use those too, and I also like the X platform to follow news. But sometimes I think I spend too much time on my phone. Do you ever feel that way?
Definitely. Sometimes I check my phone and suddenly an hour has passed. I've started to set time limits for my apps.
That's a good idea. It's important to have a balance. Technology should help us, not control our lives.
You're right. Let's talk about other technology. How has technology changed the way you work or study?
Well, I'm taking an online course right now. I can learn at my own pace and watch video lessons whenever I have time. It's perfect for my busy schedule.
That sounds convenient. I work from home 2 days a week now. I use video calls for meetings and cloud services to share files with my team.
Remote work is becoming so common. Do you prefer working from home or going to the office?
I like both for different reasons. At home, it's quiet, and I save time on commuting. But at the office, it's easier to collaborate with colleagues. What about education? Do you think technology has improved learning?
I think it has. There are so many resources available online now. I use language learning apps like Duolingo to practice my Spanish.
Those apps are great. I use YouTube tutorials when I want to learn something new, like cooking or fixing things around the house.
YouTube is amazing for learning practical skills. My nephew watches educational videos for kids, and he's learning so much.
Children today grow up with technology. It's so different from our childhood. We used to play outside more, I think.
That's true. I worry sometimes that kids don't get enough physical activity because of screens. My sister limits her children's screen time to make sure they play outside too.
That's a good approach. Balance is important for everyone, not just adults. What about entertainment? How do you use technology for fun?
I subscribe to Netflix and Spotify. I rarely watch regular TV anymore. I prefer streaming services where I can choose what to watch and when.
Same here, and music streaming is so convenient. I remember when we had to buy CDs or download individual songs.
Those days seem so long ago now. Do you play any games on your devices?
I play simple games on my phone when I'm waiting for the bus or have a few minutes free. I also enjoy more complex games on my computer on weekends. How about you?
I mostly play puzzle games on my phone. They help me relax after a busy day. My brother is really into virtual reality games. He has a special headset and everything.
VR is fascinating. I tried it once at a tech store. It felt so real, like I was actually in another world. Technology for entertainment has come a long way so far.
It really has. Technology helps us stay connected in so many ways, too. Do you use any smart home devices?
Yes, I have a smart speaker that I can ask to play music, tell me the weather, or set timers when I'm cooking. It's very helpful.
I've been thinking about getting one of those. I do have smart light bulbs that I can control with my phone. It's nice to turn them on before I get home when it's dark.
That sounds useful. What about health and fitness? Do you use any technology for that, Emma?
Yes, I have a fitness tracker that counts my steps and monitors my sleep patterns. It helps me make sure I'm getting enough exercise and rest.
I have a smartwatch that does similar things. It reminds me to stand up and move when I've been sitting too long. I also use a food tracking app to help me eat healthier.
Those reminders are useful. I use a fitness app that gives me workout ideas and tracks my progress. It keeps me motivated.
Technology can definitely help us stay healthier. I even used a meditation app when I was feeling stressed last month.
Those are helpful too. There are also apps for better sleep, drinking more water, and eating healthier. My doctor even recommended a health app to me.
It seems like there's an app for everything these days, but we should talk about some challenges too. Do you worry about privacy with all this technology, Emma?
Sometimes, yes. I try to be careful about what information I share online and use strong passwords. I also regularly update my devices for security reasons.
I'm the same. I also regularly check my privacy settings on social media. It's important to be aware of what data we're sharing and who can see it.
Definitely. And what about the environmental impact of technology? We keep buying new devices every few years.
That's a good point. I try to recycle my old devices or give them to someone who can use them. But you're right. Electronic waste is a problem we need to think about.
I read that some companies are trying to make more sustainable devices now, using recycled materials and making phones that last longer.
That's a step in the right direction. Overall, though, I think technology has made our lives better in many ways. We just need to use it wisely.
I agree completely. Technology is just a tool. It's how we use it that matters. Finding that balance is the key.
Thank you for listening to our podcast about technology in daily life.
Remember to use technology in ways that improve your life while maintaining a healthy balance.
Join us next week for another interesting topic. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Eric, what do you think about the podcast?
It was really interesting, Lisa. Technology has changed so much over the years.
I know. I liked the part where they talked about smartphones. I can't imagine life without mine.
Me too. I use mine for everything. Calls, messages, music, and even payments.
Same here. But sometimes I feel like I spend too much time on my phone.
Yeah, they mentioned setting time limits for apps. Maybe we should try that.
Definitely. Okay, let's start our podcast. What are today's words, Eric?
The first word today is convenient. Then we will continue with to commute and to collaborate. Then come a long way. And the final one is speaking of something.
Okay, let's start with the first word.
The first word is convenient.
Convenient.
Convenient is an adjective, and it describes something that is easy to use or helps save time and effort.
Right. If something is convenient, it makes your life easier.
Exactly. For example, this store is very convenient because it's near my house. That means I don't have to travel far to go shopping.
That's a great example. Another one could be, it's convenient to shop online because you don't have to leave your home.
Yes, online shopping is very convenient. It saves time and energy.
So, when something is convenient, it makes things simpler or more comfortable for you.
Yes, And we can also use convenient to talk about time. For example, what time is convenient for you to meet? That means I want to know what time is easy for you.
Oh, that's really useful for making plans. So, Eric, is there a formal way to use convenient?
Yes. In formal situations, you might say, "Please let me know a convenient time for our meeting." It sounds polite and professional.
Great tip. And in casual conversation, you could just say, "What time works for you?"
That's right, Lisa.
Okay, well, we've explained convenient pretty well. Let's move on to the next word.
The next word is to commute.
To commute.
To commute means to travel regularly between your home and workplace or school. It's something millions of people do every day.
So if I live in the suburbs and travel to the city for work each morning, I'm commuting, right?
Exactly. You might say, "I commute to work by train," or "My commute takes 45 minutes each way."
I notice you used commute as both a verb and a noun. Can you explain that?
Good observation. As a verb, to commute is the action. I commute every day. As a noun, a commute refers to the journey itself. I have a long commute, or my commute is tiring.
Are there specific phrases people use with this word?
Yes, Lisa. People often talk about their daily commute or morning commute. Someone might say they have a reverse commute if they travel away from the city while most people are traveling toward it.
What about the different ways people commute?
People might commute by car, commute by train, or even commute on foot if they walk to work. A person who commutes is sometimes called a commuter.
I've heard the term supercommuter. What does that mean?
A supercommuter is someone who has an extremely long commute, often traveling between cities or even states for work. They might commute several hours each way.
So listeners, whether your journey is short or long, by car, train, or bicycle, commuting is part of many people's daily routine in English-speaking countries. Okay, well, shall we move on to the next word?
Let's do that. The next word is to collaborate.
To collaborate.
To collaborate means to work together with someone to achieve a goal.
Right. If you collaborate with others, you share ideas and work as a team.
Exactly. For example, the two companies collaborated to create a new product. That means they work together to make something new.
That's a great example. Another one could be, we collaborate on projects at school to learn better. That means students work together to complete assignments.
Yes, collaborate is often used in work and some situations.
So, Eric, can we use collaborate in formal and informal situations?
Good question. To collaborate is more common in formal or professional situations. In a business meeting, you might say, "We should collaborate on this project."
And in informal situations, we usually say, work together instead. For example, let's work together on this assignment.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about grammar. Collaborate is always followed by the preposition with when talking about people. For example, she collaborated with her team on the presentation.
Oh, that's good to know. And when talking about the subject or goal of the collaboration, we usually use on. For example, they collaborated on a research project.
That's right. Also, collaborate is followed by to do something when describing the purpose. For example, the artists collaborated to create a new exhibition.
That makes it easier to use correctly. So now you know how to use to collaborate in different ways. That's all for the word to collaborate. Let's move on to the next word.
The next word is come a long way.
Come a long way.
Come a long way means to make a lot of progress or improvement over time.
If someone or something has come a long way, it means they have improved a lot compared to the past.
Exactly. For example, she has come a long way since she started learning English. That means her English has improved a lot.
That's a great example. Another one could be, technology has come a long way in the last 10 years. That means technology has advanced a lot.
Yes, this phrase is often used to talk about personal growth, skills, or even things like science and technology.
So, Eric, can we use come a long way in both formal and informal situations?
Yes, it's commonly used in both. In a formal situation, you might say, "Our company has come a long way since its founding."
And in informal conversations, you could say, wow, you've come a long way in your cooking skills.
That's right. Now, let's talk about grammar. Come a long way is always used in the present, perfect, or past tense. For example, he has come a long way in his career.
Oh, I see. So we don't say, he comes a long way, right?
Yes, Lisa, it's correct. We usually say has come or had come to show progress over time.
That makes sense. Okay, we've reached the last word today. What is the last word, Eric?
The last word is speaking of something or somebody.
Speaking of something or somebody.
Speaking of is a phrase we use to change the subject to something related. It connects one topic to another smoothly.
So if we're talking about food and I suddenly say, speaking of food, I'm hungry, I'm changing the subject, but it's still connected to food?
Exactly. You're jumping to a new thought, but it feels natural because it's related. Let's try a few more examples. I love going to the beach. Speaking of the beach, have you planned your summer vacation? This book is so interesting. Speaking of books, did you finish your novel? I need to buy groceries. Speaking of which, do we need more milk?
Got it.
Now, let's look at how to use it in a sentence. Speaking of is usually followed by a noun or phrase that connects to the previous topic.
It's often used at the start of a new sentence. So I can say, speaking of work, I have a meeting later, and it flows naturally.
Yes, it's simple and super useful, and speaking of is informal but can be used in many situations, at work, with friends, or during casual conversations.
Oh, I probably wouldn't write it in a formal email, but can I use it when chatting with colleagues?
Exactly. It's great for spoken English and friendly messages.
Well, that's it for today's episode of Simply Explained English. We hope you found the words helpful and the explanations easy to understand.
Thanks for listening. Keep studying your English.
And stay tuned. Bye for now.